Today, I am answering 5 questions that I've received in the past week regarding Amazon Relay. Roll it. Hello and welcome to Trucking Topics Today, where I supply information for your trucking journey. My name is Tony, and I am the host here on the topics. By the way, everything Trucking Topics can be found at truckingtopics.com. Now, let's get into some questions that I've received over the past week. There is only 5 of them. It's a quick video, and let's get started. So question number 1, how can I get to the load board for box trucks? Well, that's quite easy because it's the same load board that the short-term contracts and the 53-foot semi-loads are shown on. Now, you may not see box truck loads during certain points or times of the day because they're only uploaded depending on where you're at in the mid or late afternoon or early evening for the next day. So if you're looking in the morning and you don't see any box truck loads, look about mid-afternoon and then later in the afternoon and then in the early evening to see if any are coming up for you. Okay, question number 2, how do I get a waiver from Amazon for workers' comp insurance? The only way to get a waiver is to be in a state that does not require you to have workers' compensation for your type of business. For instance, if you are a sole proprietor or an LLC or a corporation, and it also depends on how many employees you have. So if you Google that information for your state and your type of business and the number of employees you have, and say workman's comp in the search, you should be brought to some information regarding whether or not your state is going to require you to have workers' comp. If your state does not require you to have workers' comp, Amazon will automatically issue you a waiver. Okay, question number 3. My authority was activated today. I am getting an error when I fill out the Amazon Relay app. What am I doing wrong? It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's the fact that Amazon, for some reason, is the only entity in the world, taking into account all the living beings on this earth, that for some reason cannot see that you are active on the day that you go active. In fact, they claim that it takes up to 2 weeks for them to verify you. Now, there is a workaround for this. If you need help, by the way, with your Amazon application, you can go to carriercheck.net and see if that is an option for you. And we take care of small problems like this. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer. Sometimes we have to get involved and send off a carefully worded email to have them respond to us. But there are ways of getting around that without you having to wait for 2 weeks or 3 weeks for that pink box to go away. Okay, question number 4. Is there a way to get a load to get me back home on the same day? Now, I'm guessing that they're talking about box truck loads. Now, with box truck loads with Amazon, what you are doing is you are taking mail. You are taking packages that they're mailing out to their customers to the post office. Now, when you load up in the early morning hours, you're going to load up one post office. You might load up 5 post offices, but you're going to end up somewhere. It could be 150 or 200 miles away or further or shorter. And then you're done. And Amazon says that they do pay you in the rate to deadhead back home, but you're not required to deadhead. It's your truck. You're done with Amazon. You can go ahead and try to find a load back. Now, try to do this a day ahead of time, or when you book your Amazon load, go immediately to the destination and start searching for loads. You're not going to find 99.9%. You're not going to find another Amazon load to bring back in a box truck. What you're going to have to do is go to the DAT board. So, by the way, if you want to try out the DAT board, For free for 30 days, go to trydat.net. At trydat.net, you will need to sign up for a subscription, but they will not bill you for the first 30 days. Use that 30 days to do some research about where these Amazon box truck loads are going and see what kind of loads you can get back or close to being back, and then that's just a bonus for your day. Now, I do have some videos. If you go to my videos and scroll down, you'll see a few DAP board videos, and I show you exactly how to search for box truck loads. I have a hack there that will help you. So yes, that is a way to get a load back home. Again, it's not going to happen with Amazon 99.9% of the time. You're going to have to go to another broker. Okay, now again though, with a semi-truck, it's very easy. There's loads all over the place for semi-trucks, and you can just bounce around. For instance, I bounced from Salt Lake to Vegas to Southern California to Central California, back up to Salt Lake. I would just bounce around. So get the DAP board and see if that is going to help you search in your area. Okay, and the last question is this: does my truck need to be a certain year? So no, it does not. Amazon does not have any requirements on the year of your truck. All your truck needs is a current annual inspection, so it has to be roadworthy. Also, Amazon is cracking down on trucks that are not California compliant. So if you come into California, then they're going to expect your truck to be California compliant. And the new application, starting just a few weeks ago, now has a question on the application as to whether or not your equipment is California compliant, or if you plan on in the future coming into California. So no, it does not need to be a certain year, as long as it's legal and you have a current annual inspection. All right, well, that's it. If you have any questions, please email me, tony@truckingtopicstoday.com, or leave me some comments below, and I will be happy to answer them for you. And we do have that super thanks button that is hanging around down below the video. That's one way that you can support the channel. All right, be safe. I will talk to you soon.